everybody. So I got good news and I got bad news for you. Good news is if you can't tell already, am in the new house. I'm very ecstatic about that because I was getting tired of jumping from place to place like every other 2 days, sleeping in a different place. Ugh. Ugh. The bad news is, though, I will not be getting internet access until Monday in this house. So I figured, hey, you know what? At least to hopefully tide you guys over, I'm going to try and make this video, upload it probably at a Starbucks or somewhere that has free Wi-Fi. Probably going to be Starbucks. I really want a coffee right now. Yeah, I really want a coffee. But yeah, I'm probably just going to end up uploading this here, hold you guys over, and then start P.O. Battlebeak finally on Monday, and then I'll be able to carry on to Castlevania Portrait of Ruin the week after. I'll have deleted the next LP for a good month. Jesus Christ. But in any case, instead of talking about the future of what's going to happen, I might as well talk about the battle and the video that's happening today, which happens to be a UU match against this guy I found on the Spoken server on PO, as per usual, by the name of GreenScizorBlade, who actually has his own YouTube channel, so I'm just going to link that down in the video description down below, and I'm just going to get the team preview right about now. And yeah, so as you can tell, this is I took this battle after the new tier changes, so I felt like testing out both Mian Xiao and Scrafty and UU, because let's face it, there are massive, massive threats nowadays. I'm pretty much just got Dragon Net Scrafty and Scarf Mian Xiao, and then I just got 4 other guys just built around there for support. Bronzong just to set up rocks and toxic things, Slowbro to take hits, Zapdos to take hits, especially defensively, and then I got a Life Orb Channeler because I need something to hit hard on the special side. Looking at his team now, the only big threats I'm seeing are his Scrafty, of course, and this Milotic. Now, the Scrafty is pretty obvious, because if it does happen to be a Dragonet set, I do have Mian Xiao to pack the high jump kick, and I know it can outspeed even at +2, thanks to Scarf and effectively Oko out of that range. So that's not that big of a deal, but if it happens to be a bulk up set, I might be kind of screwed over, because I took another battle with this team, and I fought a guy who used a bulk up Scrafty and just absolutely annihilated my team, so I'm really going to have to look out for that. As for the Milotic, the only reason I say it's a threat is because the only thing I have to hit it for relatively decent damage is Zapdos, and I don't really have any special attack investment in it, so I'm just going to have a heck of a time trying to take that thing out. And if I try and Toxic it with Bronzong, and if it happens to be a Sleep Talk set, it's just going to be a natural born pain in the arse. But on that, though, nothing on his team really scares me too much. I feel like I got a lot of things that can pretty much check the rest of his team. I mean, he's got 2 Psychic types. Scrafty can easily deal with those. Nidoking, I mean, it's kind of an issue, but in this match, it's not your typical special attacking set. He's actually running more of a physical attacking. I don't know why I'm stretching this team preview out, in all honesty. I should probably get over the battle, shouldn't I? Yeah, okay, yeah, battle time. Let's go now. Wow, I am so bad at this. I am very rusty at my introductions. Alright, so he's going to lead off with his Uxies. I lead off with my Mian Xiao here. I'm just going to U-turn right off the bat here, not really just messing around with anything. I just figured, hey, you know, it's Scarf Lead, might as well U-turn, get some damage here. I do decide to bring Bronzong here, just set up my Stealth Rocks this turn as he goes for the Psychic. He switches out now, brings in his Gligar now as I just set up them, as I go for the Toxic here, trying to lay in the status on something, but because it is Gligar and it does pack immunity, it won't have any effect on it. So instead what I was trying to do is I'm going to try and bring in Scrafty now, actually try and set up a Dragon Dance, go for it, and then try and go for an Ice Punch just to see how much damage he does. He does land the Toxic this turn, though, and thankfully the Lumberry cures that off very nicely, but I'm going to be able to get myself up to +2 now, which I think at this range is going to be enough to kill him off with an Ice Punch. However, he does bring in his Milotic this turn. I go for the Ice Punch. It does 21%, not really as much as I would hope, and so now I'm thinking to myself, okay, I'm going to go for the Drain Punch here, do some damage, see how much it does, do a decent chunk with that. However, he goes for the Dragon Tail, which does stink, and he does phase me out straight into my Slowbro. Thankfully, though, I feel like, well, actually, I don't know, it's kind of a bummer, because Slowbro can't really do anything to this Milotic, because I don't pack Toxic on it. I think I actually pack Thunder Wave on that Slowbro, but in any case, I'm going to switch out now, bring in my Zapdos here, try and see how much damage I can do with a straight-up Thunderbolt as he decides to bring in his Nidoking here on the switch. I go for the Roost here, predicting that switch out, because I have a feeling he probably won't want to keep his Milotic here. And he brings in his Nidoking. So Nidoking, I'm thinking, okay, he'll probably want to go for like an Ice Beam or something, so I'll just bring in Bronzong here. But he goes for the Ice Punch here, so I'm thinking to myself, okay, so it's a physical Sheer Force set now. Because now that Black and White 2 is out, the move tutors, Nidoking can actually use those Elemental Punches to his advantage, but I don't know. I'm going to go for the Toxic here, predicting a switch back in like Uxie or some other thing that won't want to like being status, but he obviously predicts that, brings his Gligar again. I'm going to bring in my Slowbro here. He does slap me with that knockoff, removing my leftovers, and then this turn he's going to slap me with a toxic. But however, I get the Scald Burn right here, which is very nice, so I'm going to have some nice residual damage going on here, and I know for a fact that the only move he can have that's a physical, that will hit me for regular damage is Earthquake, which, because of Slowbro's natural bulk, won't be doing anything to me, so I am very happy about that. I'm going to switch out now, bring my Chandelier here, expecting to either a Roost or a Switch or something along those lines, and I'm thinking, okay, he'll probably either want to switch out, or B, want to do something else, but I just decided to go for the Fire Blast here, not really mess around too much, because I know it can do a lot of damage to no matter whatever he decides to switch in. He's going to bring a Scrafty this turn, and I know for a fact that, Chandelier does have a nice higher base speed. I'm going to go for the sub here, see what he wants to do, and he goes for the Dragon Dance. Thankfully, though, because I'm behind a sub, he's not going to kill me off the crunch. I'm actually going to be able to obliterate that thing with a Fire Blast, just because of Chandelier's awesome base spec attack, and Fire Blast plus Life Orb, boom, easy dead right there. And then now he's going to bring in his Nidoking here. He's going to go for the Thunder Punch here, predicting probably my switch into Slowbro or something other than that, or probably because he thought it was probably the only thing to hit my team for neutral damage, which is actually pretty true. I should probably fix up that weakness somewhere along there. But in any case, now Milotic comes back in. I'm going to switch out, bring in my Zapdos here, as he does decide to go for, I believe, the Scald. I'm hoping right here he does not get the burn, but he does make up for the burn I got on him with this Gligar, with my Slowbro, which does stink, but, you know, it's fine, because spec attacks isn't really affected by burn at all, so I'm not going to complain too much. But I go for the HP Grass here, predicting the switch into Nidoking, and unfortunately it does not do literally anything, so I'm thinking it's more so especially bulky, and he does get the rest off right there, which really stinks, because now he's got the Marvel Scale boost, plus his natural bulk, which means this thing's just going to be an absolute pain in the butt to take down. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe I'll want to try and go for the Thunderbolt, gauge how much damage it does. It does about 42, which, you know, isn't too bad in my opinion. I mean, after 3 turns, he'll die to a Thunderbolt. He won't be able, as long as I nail him with a Thunderbolt the turn he rests, I'll be able to kill it off instantaneously without a hitch. So I'm just going to, that's essentially what I'm going to try and do here. I'm just going to try and roost up a couple times and then wait for him to go for the rest. That way I know for a fact I can at least kill this thing off with a couple Thunderbolts here and there, because I do naturally outspeed just because natural base speeds with Zapdos, and I know Milotic isn't all that fast. I think it's like a base, what is it, like a base 60 speed or something like that? I don't know. But as you can tell, he just keeps going for those sleep-talking Scalds, which I'm pretty sure he's probably getting really annoyed at right now because, well, let's face it, Dragon Tail will probably be the preferred move you want to have going on here with Zapdos, because he wants to have that thing phased out. Unfortunately, he does not get the Sleep Talk this turn, which does stink, and I think the next turn I am going to be able to effectively kill that thing off with a T-Bolt, or no, he sees that, he's going to switch it up, bring into his Nidoking right now. I go for the Thunderbolt, which, you know, kind of stinks because I know he's immune to it, which, whatever, what can you do? And I'm thinking, okay, he'll probably want to predict my switch into Bronzong, so I'll just see what he wants to do, stay in, see what goes from there. And at this point, I'm thinking to myself, okay, if he did manage to outspeed right there, he's probably running a Scarf set with this thing, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to Pain Split now, knowing that if he does go for the Fire Punch, he'll just grant me a nice little Flash Fire boost right there. So I'm just going to Pain Split, predicting the switch into whatever he has. And this, I kill off he brings in Milotic. I'm going to get some nice health back, kill him off with a Shadow Ball, but now he brings in Zazelf, which easily outspeeds me, kills me off with his own Shadow Ball right here. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, if there's any chance I want to be able to take down that Azelf, I'm going to have Mienshao be ready and willing to pretty much take that thing out with a couple of U-turns here and there. So what I'm going to do is go for the U-turn now. However he sees that, brings in his Nidoking. I'm going to bring in Slowbro here because I know for a fact that literally any move he decides to go for won't be doing that much, even if it does happen to be, what's it called? I'm blanking out right here. Thunder Punch. But now he's going to bring his Yushi here, and it was revealed that he's actually running a Trick Scarf lead set here with Stealth Rock and Psychic. So that kind of stinks right there, because now my Slowbro can't really do that much to anything except probably Hold and Psychic, which even then won't be really doing that much. It won't be that much of a helpful thing, I guess, maybe, sorta, kinda. So I'm just gonna bring my Bronzong here. Goes for the U-turn now, switches out, brings in his Azelf right now. I'm thinking, okay, chances are I probably want to try and set up a Nasty Plot, so I'm gonna go for the Gyro Ball here. Gauge how much damage that does. It does a nice, beautiful chunk of damage, actually, just enough so I know that for a fact that I can pretty much bring in whatever. I know I can bring in Mienshao next turn, even though I will lose Bronzong this turn. It's not gonna be that huge of a deal because Bronzong's done its job. Well, actually, it hasn't truly done its job. I've never set up Rock 6 match, but that's a story for another day. He was able to deal enough damage to Azelf that I know I could kill him off with the U-turn next turn with good old Mian Xiao, and now I've pretty much set myself up in a prime position where just as long as I can live this Earthquake right here from the Nidoking and kill this thing off with an Ice Punch, it's essentially my game, which I do manage to land an Ice Punch there. Not sure if that crit mattered or not, because I don't know. I'll probably end up doing some calcs later on, but I'm pretty sure it would have killed the Ice despite that. But now, as you clearly saw at the end of the match, he brings in his UC. I got the +1 attack at this point, and I'm essentially just going to kill that thing off with the Crunch. So, yeah. Good game, GreenScizorBlade. I hope to battle you again sometime in the near future, hopefully without the Ice Punch hacks right there. I don't really know if that hacks actually mattered or not. If it did, I apologize. If it didn't, well, whatever. But in any case, guys, if you enjoyed my content and want to see more of my material, you can always rate, comment, subscribe, and yeah. This is Infinite Trials here saying peace out, yo, and have a good one.